Jeff Horn weighed in at 148, so naturally he was a pound over the 147-pound limit. Now, he did what everybody else do. He took off his underwear and had to weigh in again, so he weighed in at 47.5, which I think is ridiculous. You don't lose no half a pound just from dropping your underwear, man. So the man, to me, the man is a full pound over. I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, he didn't know." No, he knew he was a full pound under when he woke up this morning. One thing about being in training camp and when you're training for a fight, I trained for a fight before, and you get on the scale every single day, sometimes 2 times a day, checking your weight so you can see how much water weight you have. You can check your body fat. You have one of those scales to check your body fat, and you just see how much you can eat that day or how much you got to work out the next day to lose more weight. Or are you on par and you don't have to struggle as much, losing weight so you don't overwork yourself. So I'm figuring when this week came, the start of this week, Jeff Horn was anywhere between 5 to 10 pounds overweight already, and he's a big guy. As you can see, he's a big guy. He doesn't really look drained. He's a big guy. He's a big welterweight. He's kind of like Kell Brook, a bigger welterweight that's, to me, has probably grown out of the 147-pound division as of today. He might lose his belt on the scales if he don't, lose the weight, because he cannot fight for the title if he don't come in at 147. Now Crawford will still be able to fight for the title, but if Jeff Horn wins, he doesn't get the title. The title is vacant. It just becomes a vacant title. So yes, and when people say, "Oh, he can take off a pound easy," no, he cannot take off a pound easy and still be strong, because he understood losing weight the last week, and it probably his body just probably said no more. I can't give you any more. And what this indicates is he's going to be very aggressive in the first, half of the fight, because one thing about losing and struggling making weight, it usually show up in the second half of the fight. So Jeff Horn is going to struggle in the second half of the fight. That's why I picked Crawford at 8 to 9 round KO. Maybe a round earlier than that, but I can see Jeff Horn coming out, real aggressive. So Crawford won't have to be on his P's and Q's. Just pop shot him, look for counters, let Jeff Horn do all the work for you, because he's going to be right there in front of you. It's not going to be hard to find Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn is a hard puncher. Jeff Horn is going to come to fight. He's going to be determined. He's going to be rough in there. He's going to be tumble. So, Crawford got to be ready for all that. So Crawford cannot be caught off guard, because he's seen this guy fight. He's seen this guy perform. Pretty sure they looked at some of his past fights. They looked at the fight when he fought Pacquiao, when he roughed up Pacquiao. But we have to see what happens tomorrow. And I believe Crawford will have a stoppage. I think he will come to his welterweight debut with a stoppage of Jeff Horn, and by Jeff Horn, struggling to make weight. Now I made that notion that he was going to stop him in the later rounds, and that was before I see that he struggled to make weight. Now he's really up against it. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know who y'all pick. Y'all final picks. Subscribe to the channel, man. I'm out.